The hospitality sector can deliver strong and durable returns, particularly in a market with India's growth trajectory, but the operational risks are real. The Indian hospitality industry was valued at approximately $24 billion in 2024. 100% FDI is permitted under the automatic route for hotels, resorts, and tourism infrastructure. But structure and discipline are everything. Hospitality in India shares many of the structural challenges we discussed in real estate. The investors who succeed here are disciplined about structure. Hello and welcome back to the Veyrah Law series. In our last episode, we discussed the real estate sector in India. For our topic today, we look at a sector that is deeply connected to real estate, but has its own distinct dynamics. The hospitality industry. India's hospitality sector is on an upward trajectory. The Indian hospitality industry was valued at approximately $24 billion in 2024. It is projected to reach $31 billion by 2028. International tourist arrivals to India are recovering strongly post-COVID, and domestic tourism, which is the real engine of India's hospitality market, has been booming. India clocked over 2.5 billion domestic tourist visits in 2023. The government has recognized hospitality as an important driver of growth. Infrastructure development, new airports, highways, and pilgrimage corridors is opening up new markets across Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities. The subsectors within hospitality are broad: luxury and upper upscale hotels, budget and mid-market accommodation, resorts and wellness retreats, service departments, food and beverage chains, travel and tourism platforms. Global brands are active here, such as Marriott, Accor, Hilton. They're all expanding their India footprint. But, as with real estate, the opportunity comes with real structural challenges. But as always, first, the good news. FDI in the hospitality sector is fully open. 100% FDI is permitted under the automatic route for hotels, resorts, and tourism infrastructure. No prior government approval, no ownership caps, no sectoral restrictions. On paper, it is one of the most open sectors for foreign investment in India. But as we have said throughout this series, policy is only part of the story. The real challenge lies in execution on the ground. Here is a peek into the ground reality. Hospitality in India shares many of the structural challenges we discussed in real estate. Every project requires a long list of state-level licenses and approvals. Building permits, fire safety certificates, food and beverage licenses, state-level permits for serving alcohol, municipal and local body approvals, environmental clearances for larger projects. Each of these involves physical interaction with government officials, often at the state or the municipal level. And as we discussed in our corruption episode, this is precisely where exposure is the highest. The opaqueness in land title that affects real estate affects hospitality equally. Hotel projects that require land acquisition or development carry the same title risks we outlined in episode 20. Smaller and regional operators have historically operated with limited governance standards, related party transactions, opaque procurement, undisclosed liabilities. These are common pain points in joint venture arrangements with mid-market Indian hospitality groups. So, what is the correct approach for a foreign investor entering this sector? The hospitality sector can deliver strong and durable returns, particularly in a market with India's growth trajectory. But structure and discipline are everything. First, use an SPV structure. Consider a protected cell company. As with real estate, every hospitality asset should sit in its own Indian SPV. Do not consolidate multiple properties into a single entity. If one asset runs into trouble, it must not contaminate the others. At the offshore holding level, consider a protected cell company structure, available in some foreign jurisdictions like the Dubai International Financial Center in Dubai and Mauritius. A PCC allows you to hold multiple Indian SPVs within a single offshore vehicle, but with each cell legally ring-fenced from the others. One project's liabilities cannot reach another project's assets. This is particularly an elegant structure for investors building a portfolio of hospitality assets across different locations or with different JV partners. Second, thorough diligence on every asset. Before committing capital, conduct full due diligence on every asset. This means title diligence on the underlying land. It means a full review of all existing licenses, approvals, and NOCs. It means assessing pending litigation, labor disputes, local authority notices, historic tax demands. Next, avoid Greenfield. Acquire and redevelop. Building from scratch in India is the highest risk approach in hospitality. Greenfield projects require the full gamut of approvals from day one. Construction timelines in India routinely overrun. Land acquisition complications can stall projects for years. A far better approach is to acquire existing assets, operating or distressed hotels, and redevelop them using professional contractors. You inherit the approvals, the location, and often an existing customer base. You control the capital deployment through the construction phase, and you reach operating status far more quickly. Fourth, consider the asset-light brand model. Not every investor needs to own the bricks and mortar. The asset-light model, pioneered in India by Oyo and adopted by global chains, involves providing brand, technology, and operating standards to third-party property owners in exchange for a management fee or franchise royalty. This dramatically reduces capital at risk. It sidesteps many of the land title and approval risks that come with ownership, and it allows rapid scale across a large geographic footprint. For investors with strong hospitality brands or operating expertise, this is often the most efficient India entry model. Next, different joint venture partners for different geographies. India's hospitality market is not uniform. A partner who is excellent in Maharashtra may have no presence or relationships in Rajasthan. Use different joint venture partners for different regions, each selected for their local regulatory relationships, land access, and operational knowledge. The SPV structure makes this straightforward. Each project in its own SPV, each SPV with the right local partner, all held cleanly through the offshore protected cell company structure. Sixth, forensic check on related party transactions. As with real estate, related party transactions are a significant pain point in Indian hospitality joint ventures. Construction contracts awarded to partner-linked entities, procurement at inflated prices, service agreements with connected parties. Run a forensic check on all existing related party arrangements before you invest. Build ongoing review rights into your governance documents and ensure all new related party transactions require your prior approval. Seventh, on bank finance, structure security carefully. Bank financing is available for larger hospitality projects in India, particularly for completed income-generating assets. As we said in the real estate episode, avoid extending corporate guarantees from the offshore parent. Let the Indian SPV and the Indian JV partner provide the security. The risk should sit with the Indian operating entity, not with the foreign parent. To sum up, India's hospitality sector is a high potential opportunity. Strong domestic tourism growth, new infrastructure opening new markets, a growing middle class that is traveling more, spending more, and expecting more. The FDI policy is fully open. The macro story is compelling, but the operational risks are real. State-level approvals, corruption at the government interface, land title complexity, joint venture governance challenges. The investors who succeed here are disciplined about structure. They structure to ring-fence every asset. They acquire rather than build. They choose partners carefully and hold them accountable, and they pay a premium for quality and transparency. As someone aptly observed, the growth of India's tourism sector is not just a story of infrastructure, it is a story of aspiration. In India, that story is being built at extraordinary scale. The opportunity is there for investors who approach it with the right structure and the right discipline. And with that, we hope this episode has given you a useful framework for thinking about hospitality investment in India. If you found this video useful, please do share it. Thank you for watching and see you in the next episode.